when you're 350 feet above the ground as you are in the King's Chamber, that won't do at all. I don't know how they did it. All I know is they did it. I don't think anybody knows how they did it.
For centuries, Egypt has been like a vast treasure chest, brimming with ancient wonders just waiting to be uncovered. Here, history seamlessly merges with the present, and every grain of sand whispers the possibility of an incredible discovery. But what these explorers found defied all expectations. They unearthed a tomb belonging to a queen who lived 800,000 years ago. A queen whose very existence had been lost to time, shrouded in mystery. Who was she? What hidden secrets lie within her ancient resting place? Join us as we dive into the astonishing discovery made by scientists in Egypt on January 25, 2011. On that same day, the streets of Cairo exploded in protest as thousands demanded an end to President Hosni Mubarak's 30-year rule. The world's eyes were locked on the political upheaval above, but beneath the surface, something extraordinary was unfolding. Deep within the ancient tunnels of the Valley of the Kings, a team of archaeologists, led by Suzanne Bickel from the University of Basel in Switzerland, was on the verge of uncovering one of the most groundbreaking archaeological finds of the century. While exploring the eastern edge of the valley, the team stumbled upon the top of a large, round stone. At first, they assumed it was nothing more than the entrance to an abandoned shaft, but they soon realized they had found something far more significant. The stone concealed the entrance to a previously unknown tomb, later identified as K-Fi-64. It was a major breakthrough, as the Valley of the Kings, the sacred resting place of pharaohs and nobles, hadn't seen such a significant discovery in decades. Before they could proceed, they had to navigate Egypt's strict regulations on archaeological finds. To protect the site, they sealed the stone with a locked iron door, alerted the Egyptian authorities, and applied for the necessary permits. A year later, after finally receiving the green light, Bickel returned with a stronger team of experts and laborers. Among them was Elena Pograth, a seasoned field director from the University of Basel, and Egyptian inspector Ali Rita. They were also joined by local workers whose families had lived in the area for generations. Excitement filled the air as they prepared for the delicate excavation ahead. Each team member took turns lying on the ground, pressing their heads against the cool stone shaft and peering through a small hole next to the capstone, capturing photographs of what lay below. What they saw left them speechless. The images revealed an ancient tomb, untouched for thousands of years, hiding secrets from a forgotten time. Amid the dust and debris inside, a striking black coffin stood out, a discovery unlike any other. Carved from plain tree wood, the coffin was adorned with bold, vibrant yellow symbols that covered its surface. The craftsmanship was breathtaking, and even for Bickel, who had examined countless Egyptian artifacts, this find was unlike anything she had ever seen. The coffin's remarkable condition hinted at an extraordinary story waiting to be unraveled. The team also uncovered fragments of pottery made from Nile silk, along with pieces of plaster, materials the ancient Egyptians often used to seal tomb entrances. These findings, combined with the dating of nearby sites, suggested that the tomb was over 3,000 years old, placing it in the New Kingdom period, an era ruled by legendary pharaohs like Ramses II and Tutankhamun. The symbols on the tomb revealed the name of the woman buried inside, Namsu Bastet. Experts in ancient Egyptian history, known as Egyptologists, believe she was a high-ranking noblewoman connected to the Amun temple. Namsu Bastet lived during a time when Egypt thrived as a center of cultural and religious activity, making her burial site an especially fascinating discovery. For years, many believed there was nothing new left to uncover in the Valley of the Kings. This idea dates back to the earliest days of excavation. In 1817, Giovanni Belzoni, a Venetian explorer, thought he had found the last of the valley's tombs. Nearly a century later, another excavator, Theodore Davis, was convinced the valley had been completely explored, just before the stunning discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb proved him wrong. The Valley of the Kings has always been a goldmine of ancient history. During the New Kingdom period, it served as the final resting place for pharaohs and powerful nobles from the 16th to the 11th century BC. Each tomb holds a unique story about the person buried within and the civilization that built it. These tombs are often decorated with intricate wall paintings and inscriptions that reveal fascinating details about ancient Egyptian beliefs, traditions, and daily life. Fortunately, more and more people now believe that Egypt still holds countless hidden treasures, waiting to be found not only in the Valley of the Kings, but also in the Nile Delta and beyond. Thanks to modern technology like ground-penetrating radar and 3D mapping, archaeologists have been able to uncover hidden chambers and artifacts that had remained undetected for centuries. These advancements prove that the valley still has many secrets to reveal. The discovery of Namsu-Bastit's tomb is a reminder that Egypt's ancient past is far from fully explored, and that each new find brings us closer to unlocking the mysteries of this incredible civilization. The artifacts found within her tomb, although simple, can provide valuable information about the burial practices and daily life of the upper class in ancient Egypt. Items such as pottery, jewelry, and amulets often hold symbolic meaning and were believed to protect and provide for the deceased in the afterlife. It is fascinating to see that even a wealthy woman from this period was buried with rather simple belongings. Bickle notes that her plain wooden coffin and basic steel tools stand in stark contrast to the luxurious pottery, furniture, and food found in older tombs. Though her wooden coffin was quite costly, it lacked the complex inner coffins seen in other similar burials. Could this be the resting place of an incredibly ancient queen? The discovery of Name's coffin has caused quite a stir among Egyptologists. Unlike the elaborate gold and jewel-encrusted sarcophagi of well-known pharaohs like Tutankhamun, Name's burial suggests a different social status, or possibly an even older time. Wooden coffins were typically used for those who could not afford stone, yet the craftsmanship indicates she was still an important figure. After reinforcing the coffin and securing the mummy, Bickle's team transported it across the Nile to Luxor. There, a thorough investigation is currently underway to uncover the true identity of this mysterious woman. Advanced imaging techniques, including CT scans and 3D reconstructions, are being used to study the mummy without damaging it. DNA analysis may provide clues about her lineage, potentially linking her to known royal families or revealing previously unknown connections, with significant insights into the controversial finds of ancient Egypt. People often discover that the simplest tombs, those with wooden coffins, are actually the oldest. Interestingly, their symbols tend to be far more intricate and detailed. Some experts believe that in earlier times people prioritized the quality of descriptions over extravagant burial goods. Could this be evidence of an original burial, where simple markings were intentionally misleading to hide the tomb's true ancient origins? Some researchers on the fringe suggest that Egyptian antiquities may be concealing a sacred truth. They argue that the Egyptians did not build the pyramids from scratch, but instead inherited them from a much older civilization. Over time, evidence has emerged that challenges the mainstream historical narrative. In 1995, a groundbreaking discovery was made beneath Giza by a team led by Kent Weeks. They uncovered more than 100 underground chambers, offering new insights into the site's ancient past. Alternative researchers claim that this supports the idea that ancient Egypt's history may not be as it seems. According to them, the mighty pharaohs were not the original builders of the pyramids, but merely replicated structures left behind by an unknown civilization. But how much truth is there to this theory? Is there solid evidence to back up such claims? Supporters often point to significant erosion patterns on the pyramids, and more notably, the Sphinx. They argue that the deep weathering marks could not have been caused by wind and sand alone, but rather by heavy rainfall, suggesting that these structures predate mainstream estimates. Analysis of historical rainfall patterns indicates that the erosion does not align with the commonly accepted timeline of when the pyramids and Sphinx were constructed. Astonishingly, some theorists go even further, proposing that these structures could be as old as 800,000 years. However, this presents a major dilemma. Current scientific understanding suggests that Homo sapiens have only existed for about 300,000 years, making it seemingly impossible for humans to have built these monuments at such an ancient time. If these claims hold any weight, they would completely reshape our understanding of human history and the origins of civilization. The possibility of an advanced society existing long before known history is both mind-blowing and deeply thought-provoking. It forces us to reconsider the origins of some of the most iconic structures in the world. What makes this even more fascinating is that evidence from the newly discovered chambers suggests multiple episodes of flash flooding involving seawater, adding yet another layer of mystery to Egypt's ancient past. What deepens the mystery is the complete absence of written records detailing how these monumental structures were built. Despite the vast collection of codified writings from ancient Egypt, not a single text explains the construction of the pyramids or the Sphinx. This glaring gap in historical documentation raises intriguing questions. Why is there no mention of such a massive undertaking? Strangely, little attention has been given to this puzzling omission, leaving many to speculate about its true significance. Could this be a groundbreaking revelation that challenges established history? Turning to Kulab, a site that has been extensively studied, one feature stands out: the massive ancient wall guarding its entrance. However, what makes this site truly extraordinary is Kab's location at the peak of a naturally formed hill, contradicting long-held academic assumptions. Beneath its surface lie layers of untold history, potentially rewriting what we know about the past. A closer examination of this site revealed an astonishing discovery. The seemingly natural hill was not entirely a product of nature. Instead, behind the massive fortress wall, the ground had been intentionally filled with earth to shape a plateau. This revelation defied previous expert beliefs, as geologists and archaeologists had long overlooked the possibility of human intervention in its formation. The plateau wasn't a random geological feature, it was a carefully engineered structure created with a clear purpose. As researchers explored further, it became evident that the plateau's construction wasn't just about providing a foundation for the fortress. The builders had also devised an incredibly strategic design for its entrances. These passageways weren't merely functional. They were masterfully engineered to serve both as access points and defensive traps. Invaders attempting to breach the fortress faced more than just a solid wall. They encountered a series of deceptive entryways. Some passages appeared wide and inviting, only to narrow down unexpectedly, funneling intruders into tight spaces where they became vulnerable to attacks from above and both sides. This ingenious architectural strategy made it easier for enemies to enter, but far more difficult for them to escape. Deep within a complex cave system at the site, accessible only after descending a staggering 800 meters underground, lies a hidden burial chamber. This chamber wasn't just a resting place, it was carefully crafted to ensure the preservation of these individuals' remains for centuries. Moreover, its construction aimed to thwart tomb raiders who have destroyed countless burial sites across history in various cultures. Among the treasures unearthed are wooden idols adorned with detailed carvings and treated with advanced preservation techniques lost to time. These artifacts have defied the ravages of time and climate, offering tantalizing clues to the advanced skills of the ancient inhabitants. However, what sets this discovery apart are the mummies found within the chamber. Unlike anything seen before, these mummies are remarkably intact, with intricate facial features and well-preserved clothing, hinting at a sophisticated culture. Their presence challenges existing theories about the site's creators and promises to unravel one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. Thankfully, despite the widespread looting of ancient tombs over the years, this burial chamber remained concealed and untouched until now, holding the potential to rewrite history books. Even though mummies were absent, archaeologist Warren Church remained determined to unlock the secrets of Los Pachucos. For nearly 2 decades, he delved into his work, driven by the mystery surrounding the site. Los Pachucos, a marvel of ancient engineering, stood as a fortress against time. Its construction reflected tremendous effort and ingenuity. The Cloud People, or Chachar, as called by the Incas, inhabited these ruins, which dotted the landscape of Peru. Despite the challenges, they thrived until the arrival of the Spanish. But their downfall was hastened by the introduction of smallpox. What makes the Cloud People exciting is not just their resilience, but also their cultural expressions. They left no written records but adorned their environment with intricate stone carvings illustrating orchids, butterflies, and jaguars, offering glimpses into their beliefs and surroundings. Church's discoveries went beyond the surface. He uncovered evidence of the Chachapoyas' agricultural skill, carving terraces into steep slopes for farming, showcasing their adaptation to the environment. In a remarkable find within the site's burial chamber, Church unearthed mummies revealing startling details. Contrary to expectations, these mummies had European features, fair skin, and blonde hair. This discovery raised questions about the origins and interactions of ancient peoples across continents, hinting at possible transoceanic connections. Church described these mummies as some of the most captivating relics from the past he had ever encountered. Were these ancient mummies the original architects of this breathtaking site? Or were they newcomers, like the Incas, settling here later? How they arrived in the Peruvian hills and became custodians of this remarkable place remains one of history's most interesting puzzles. Yet, scattered across the globe, mummies with features resembling Europeans have been unearthed. Does this tantalizingly suggest the existence of a once great civilization, like the legendary Atlanteans, sharing their wisdom worldwide before some explosive event? Regardless of their origins, the research conducted by the Church is truly commendable, and these discoveries are endlessly fascinating. In 1835, deep in the fields of Kent, UK, a simple labourer was going about his usual work when his shovel struck something unexpected. As he dug, the earth beneath him seemed to swallow his tool, revealing an astonishing secret: a hidden doorway leading to an underground world completely unknown to those above. What he had uncovered was no ordinary hole in the ground, but the entrance to a vast network of mysterious caverns, concealed beneath the surface. News of this incredible discovery spread like wildfire, sparking intrigue in all who heard about it. Eager to explore the unknown depths, a local schoolteacher stepped forward and sent his own son, Joshua, on a daring descent into the underground chamber. What he found was beyond imagination: intricate symbols carved into stone, their patterns illuminated by millions of meticulously arranged seashells forming a breathtaking mosaic. At first, his account seemed too incredible to be true, met with doubt and skepticism. But as the entrance was widened, allowing more people to see it for themselves, disbelief turned to awe. Before their eyes lay an extraordinary subterranean wonder, its walls adorned with seashells in mesmerizing, almost otherworldly patterns. Today, this hidden marvel is known as the Shell Grotto of Margate. Yet despite its recognition, its origins and purpose remain an enduring mystery. The grotto's mosaic, covering nearly every inch of its walls and ceilings, stretches an astonishing 190 meters and consists of roughly 4.6 million shells. Carefully chosen for their shape and color, They create an eerie yet mesmerizing atmosphere within the chamber. Scholars and historians have long debated its origins, proposing various theories. Some believe it was the whimsical creation of a wealthy individual in the 18th or 19th century, while others suggest it could be an ancient relic, perhaps an astronomical calendar, or even linked to the enigmatic Knights Templar. But what makes the mystery even more compelling is the lack of scientific dating. Despite all efforts, no definitive analysis has been conducted to determine its true age, leaving its secrets locked away in the past. This absence of answers only deepens the intrigue, ensuring that the Shell Grotto of Margate remains one of history's most captivating enigmas. Exploring the mosaic up close unveils a mesmerizing collection of shell types. While the artwork is rich with familiar local shells like mussels, cockles, limpets, scallops, and oysters, the most striking feature is the overwhelming presence of flat winkles, which fill the spaces between the intricate patterns. This choice seems far from random. It could carry a deeper meaning, whether symbolic or practical. However, what makes it even more intriguing is that this particular shell is incredibly rare in the local area. It likely drifted in from western shores of Southampton, carried by ocean currents, before finding its place in the mosaic. Despite its breathtaking beauty, the Shell Grotto remains largely unknown to the public. To truly unravel the secrets of its extraordinary craftsmanship, further scientific investigation is needed. Deep in a landlocked country in Southeast Asia lies one of the most mysterious archaeological sites ever discovered. Over the years, researchers have combed through countless newspaper archives, pieced together oral traditions, and even recovered stolen remains of an ancient human species believed to be far larger than modern humans. But this mystery isn't confined to just one place. Scattered across the world are astonishing artifacts that hint at the existence of an ancient race of giants. Massive tools, enormous utensils, and towering structures, far too large for people of our size, suggest an advanced civilization beyond our current understanding. Among these puzzling discoveries, the archaeological site in Laos stands as compelling evidence, possibly left behind by these mysterious ancient giants. One of the greatest enigmas surrounding the ancient site, known as the Plain of Jars, is the strange legend of the Frogman. This vast region in Laos is dotted with thousands of massive stone jars, each so enormous that they seem impossible for modern humans to have used. Stretching across the Jiangkoang Plateau, the Plain of Jars consists of multiple sites, the largest of which contains over 400 jars. Some of these stone vessels tower up to 3 meters high and weigh several tons, yet their true purpose remains a perplexing riddle. Why were these jars placed in such rugged and remote locations? Could they have been crafted by our distant ancestors? Or do they point to something even more extraordinary? It's a mystery that continues to baffle scholars, and one that may never be fully solved. Among the hundreds of massive stone jars scattered across the landscape, only one stands apart from the rest. Unlike the others, which are entirely plain, this particular jar is decorated with an engraving of the mysterious Frogman. Its presence raises fascinating questions. Was it a religious symbol, a mythical figure, or perhaps a mark of a specific clan? Whatever its meaning, it remains an unsolved mystery. Scholars believe these stone vessels date back to the Iron Age, around 500 BC, but some findings hint that they could be even older. Excavations around the jars have revealed human remains, beads, and ceramics, suggesting the site may have been used for burial rituals. The discovery of bones and artifacts points to intricate spiritual beliefs, possibly linked to the afterlife, deepening the enigma surrounding the true purpose of these massive jars. Local legends only add to the intrigue of the Plain of Jars. One popular myth tells of a race of giants who crafted these enormous jars to ferment and store vast amounts of rice wine, celebrating a great victory in battle. Another theory suggests they served as rainwater collectors for wandering travelers and traders. Regardless of their origin, the Plain of Jars stands as one of Southeast Asia's most significant prehistoric sites, shrouded in mystery and deserving of further study. Who created these colossal jars? Why were they built in such impractical sizes? Where did the massive stones originate, and how were they transported to these high plateaus? Could they truly be the work of an ancient race of giants? And what about the enigmatic frogman? Was this single carving a signature left behind by the original makers? These questions remain unanswered, and we may never fully unravel the secrets of this astonishing site. Meanwhile, in the depths of Siberia, archaeologists have made another breathtaking discovery: an ancient bracelet that rewrites what we know about early human civilization. This incredible artifact, found in Denisova Cave in the Alai region, has been dated to an astonishing 40,000 years ago, making it the oldest piece of jewelry ever unearthed. Experts have confirmed that the bracelet was crafted by the Denisovans, a mysterious branch of early humans. But what makes this discovery even more remarkable is the material: chlorite, a stone not found anywhere near the cave. This suggests that the Denisovans either traveled vast distances or engaged in long-distance trade to acquire it, hinting at a level of sophistication far beyond what we once believed. The craftsmanship of this ancient bracelet is truly mind-blowing. It features a precisely drilled hole, made with tools far more advanced than we ever expected from prehistoric humans. This suggests that the Denisovans, an extinct human species, had technological skills beyond what we once believed. Scientists are certain that this intricately designed piece of jewelry was created by the Denisovans, proving they were far more sophisticated than we had imagined. The Denisova cave has also yielded other fascinating artifacts, including a well-preserved pinky bone and teeth. These remains have provided crucial DNA evidence, helping researchers uncover more about the Denisovans and their connections to both modern humans and Neanderthals. The advanced craftsmanship of the bracelet hints that they possessed impressive knowledge of tools and techniques far ahead of their time. Its polished surface and the precision of the drilled hole suggest that the Denisovans had access to a form of technology previously unknown to modern science. These discoveries challenge our understanding of prehistoric human abilities and hint at a world that was more advanced and interconnected than we ever thought possible. A deeper analysis of this astonishing bracelet has revealed even more shocking details, shaking the academic world. At first, experts assumed the wear and tear on the artifact was natural, but the discovery of a carefully crafted drill hole turned that assumption on its head. The precision of the hole made it clear that this wasn't the result of erosion. It was the deliberate work of an ancient artisan using an incredibly advanced tool. Dr. Derek Yonko, in his detailed study published in Novice Obesity magazine, described the bracelet's fragments, measuring 2.7 centimeters in width and 0.9 centimeters in thickness. These fragments showcase the extraordinary skill of its creator. However, what truly stunned researchers was the flawless drill hole, about 0.8 centimeters in diameter, positioned near a fracture. Through meticulous analysis, scientists uncovered even more astonishing clues within the artifact. The characteristics of the drilled hole suggested a technique far beyond the known tools of that era. The drill bit seemed to rotate at a steady high speed, with minimal fluctuations, leaving experts in awe. This discovery serves as undeniable proof of advanced craftsmanship, indicating the use of tools and techniques well ahead of their time. As news of this incredible find spread, speculation ran wild within the academic community. Who created this remarkable bracelet? How did they develop such sophisticated technology? These questions sparked intense debate, leaving even the most experienced researchers without clear answers. The mystery deepens, inviting those willing to think beyond conventional history to explore new possibilities. What do you think about these groundbreaking findings? Share your thoughts in the comments below.